Proverbs 24:10, if you falter in a time of trouble, how small is your strength? When I was in elementary school, our district had a gifted and talented education program. And so it came time for me to take the test. And while I was never the brightest kid in class by any means, I was a pretty good student. And I knew some of my friends who were in the program, and if they got in, surely I would get in. So I took the test, but sure enough, I wasn't invited. And so I went home and I was talking to my mom, who was a teacher for many years, and I couldn't figure out, was I gifted but not talented? Was I talented but not gifted? Which is it? And my mom, in an attempt to kind of settle me, said, oh, Kevin, don't worry. That's for creative students. So my mom was basically telling, not only are you not gifted or talented, you're also not creative. Humanity has this amazing ability of self-deception. We can think that we're something that we're not. We can think that we are gifted and talented, and a test proves that we're probably not. We can think that we have it all together, but in reality, we are struggling and we don't even recognize it. We need these moments in life in which we're kind of slapped in the face and who we actually are revealed. In Proverbs 24, as a father writes to a son, what he is saying is that whenever it comes to our faith, there are these moments that reveal what's actually there. You can't just say you're a Christian and that means you're a Christian. That doesn't mean what's going on. Instead, it's not these moments of ease that prove what's inside of us. It is these moments of testing. What in Proverbs 24 is actually a moment of war. And what the father says to the son is if you falter in those moments, those challenging moments in which you actually have a chance to express the faith that you've long held on to, if you falter in those moments, how small is your strength? And it's an encouragement to the son, not only to live a life of discipline, to continually be growing in his faith, but then to look for those moments of challenge and to recognize that in those instances, in those experiences, that's the moment that the faith that God has placed within him is going to express itself and prove itself to be true. We all have those moments. And yet, on many occasions, we fail. Our faith here now falters. And whenever that happens, what we need to recognize in that moment is we may not have a trust of Jesus like we thought we had. We may not be growing in him the way we thought we were. And whenever our faith fails in a moment of testing, it gives us an opportunity to repent, to experience the grace of God, but then to get back to work in coordinates with the Spirit, to grow within us a strength and a power of what we really want. Because I think that's what a majority of believers want. They want to be the type of person who loves when it's challenging to love, who has joy even when the circumstances around us are obviously joyful, to have this sense of peace when there's chaos all around. That's what we want to have. But on our own, we can't have that. The text says, if you falter in times of trouble, how small is your strength? The reality is my strength is small. I'm not strong enough to obey in every moment. I'm not strong enough to be at peace when there's chaos all around. I'm not strong enough to forge my own course and not be influenced by culture. That's why I must depend on Jesus. That's why I have to lean on him. And for as long as I'm trusting in him and leaning on him and allowing his love to overflow within me, then in the moment of testing, my faith will not be found small because I'm leaning on him and my trust is in his faith being poured out through me. If you have a faith that is faltering today, thank God for the reality that you're called out of that self-deception and trust him. And if you're facing a challenge in this day, instead of leaning on your own strength, lean on the strength of Jesus, and you will not falter.